Yep.
From your local news leader, this is KQ2 News at 10.
The suspect in an overnight standoff in Atchison, Kansas remains in critical condition. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Noelle Harden. Multiple law enforcement agencies responded to a hostage situation in Atchison, Kansas just before 6 p.m. on Friday. According to the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, Bryson McCary allegedly attempted to break into an apartment and began shooting an officer. He then held a woman hostage inside a residence for nearly 9 hours until an attempt to rescue the woman was made. During the attempt, McCray and the hostage were separated and a Kansas Highway Patrol troop shot McCray. McCray was taken to an area hospital and then transferred to a Kansas City hospital where he is now in critical condition. The hostage was rescued safely and no law enforcement officers were injured. And the intersection of the Belt Highway and Carnes Road is closed today after an early morning crash caused extensive damage to the traffic signal's mast arm. According to MoDOT, traffic on Carnes Road will not be able to access the Belt and traffic on the Belt won't be able to access Carnes Road. However, both directions of the Belt Highway remain open. And a Cameron man has been charged after he attempted to meet a teenager at a park in Chillicothe. According to court documents, Joshua Watson allegedly attempted to meet a girl he believed to be 13 years old at Sampson Park in Chillicothe. Court documents state that a witness reported she works for a group that exposes online sexual predators and was posing as a 13-year-old when she was contacted by Watson. During a search of Watson's phone, investigators found he had allegedly asked multiple underage girls to send him photos. He has been charged with enticement of a child. And a Kansas City couple charged with child sex crimes is now accused in their infant's death. Yvonne and Gregory Arnold are charged with second-degree murder and abuse of a child, resulting in death in the 2009 death of their newborn. Law enforcement found a burial site with the body in a wooden box. In late 2024, the couple was charged with child sex crimes. The alleged abuse cases of 2 kids could go back nearly 2 decades. And now let's head on over to KQ2's Scott Kilgore with a first look at our forecast. Good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Noelle. I tell you what, we got a quiet night out there as we take a look outside on our Reed Auto Plaza camera, and got some clouds around, but basically it's not bad at all. 31 is the temperature. The dew point's 14. Got a breeze out of the north at 14 right now, so that makes it feel a little cooler than 31. 50% humidity. And around northwest Missouri, northeast Kansas, got a lot of 30s. Got some 20s up to the north of us. 28 in Maryville, 29 at Rockport, 29 at Mound City, and 29 out west at Hiawatha, 28 at Falls City. We're going to go down to maybe around 20 tonight. The clouds are going to keep it from getting really cold tonight, and they're going to stick around. We will see clouds decrease as we go through the day tomorrow, but we're going to be cloudy through the overnight hours and through really the first half of the day tomorrow. But by tomorrow afternoon, mid-afternoon, should see some sunshine. A high temperature tomorrow of 32. Then look what happens. 45 on Monday. You like that one? How about this one? 50 on Tuesday. We got a nice warm up coming. We'll talk about that and more coming up in just a few minutes. Noelle?
All right, thank you, Scott. Retirement can be a bittersweet event, especially for those who have dedicated their lives to their craft. And for the 139th Airlift Wing, the retirement of Wing Commander John Cluck was a bittersweet goodbye. But the Wing celebrated his achievements with a change of command ceremony this weekend. Well, I went to the ceremony and spoke to Cluck and his successor to see what the next steps are for these two individuals. The 139th Airlift Wing and its 1,000-plus airmen gathered for the change of command ceremony to honor John Cluck as he retires from his service as Wing Commander and from military service. And they welcomed in new Commander Barrett Golden.
Oh, he's a great guy. He's going to do a great job. I mean, Barrett's a tremendously accomplished individual. He's going to bring a new look at things, and that's the way it should be because Wing needs to turn over. That's healthy, so I'm looking forward to where he takes us.
While this monumentous task is a lot to live up to, Golden says that he is ready for the challenge.
My plans are to continue to posture the 139th Airlift Wing to try and get the newest C-130J model aircraft and continue to make our airmen ready for the next potential fight, whatever that fight is. Or even potentially for this any call-up in the state mission. We need to continue to remember that as citizen soldiers, not only do we work for national security types of events, but we also work for our governor.
During his career, Cluck achieved many things for the Wing and made many friends that he states he will miss, but will work hard to pay them back for all they've done for him.
I'm very proud of my relationship with all of my community leaders, locally, state, nationally. I've enjoyed my relationships with them very much. I've helped rebuild the airport itself, and we've put a lot of our energy behind the new runway and terminal and tower and things of that nature. Very proud of that.
Both men wished each other well on their journeys and are excited for what's next for the Wing.
Definitely wish Colonel John Cluck the best in his future. I have hopes, thankfully, he's not retiring at this point in time, so he might be able to find some opportunities, and I wish him the best with that. I would love to see a star on his shoulders one day, and we have an opportunity to call him Brigadier General.
Noelle Hardin, KQ2 News. As for Cluck's next steps, he states that he will continue to support the Wing in any way that they see fit, and he also wants to spend some more time with his family. And the Kansas City Chiefs are currently preparing for the big AFC Championship game tomorrow, and Rally House is preparing for a big win. The Chiefs will be taking on the Buffalo Bills tomorrow, and in the event that they secure a win, Rally House will be ready to drop all sorts of merch as soon as fourth quarter ends. Prior years for Rally House see an influx of Chiefs fans through the door as soon as the win is secured, and Rally House anticipates that this year will be no different if the team secures that win.
What they'll do is they'll come straight in, they'll actually follow one of my associates through the store. We have a line that they have to follow, and then through the middle of the store we have all of our tables set up with all of our employees that will be there helping them. So they'll go in through the line, and then they'll ask them what t-shirt that they want. Then the employee will hand it to them. They'll go through the back of the line, and then they'll jump in through the collegiate side to get into the registers.
If the Chiefs secure the win, Rally House will reopen within 5 minutes and remain open until they sell out of merchandise. Rally House also wants to emphasize being kind to others and remaining patient with other customers and associates. And speaking of the Chiefs, a Dallas area mother of two will miss Sunday night's AFC Championship game at Arrowhead Stadium after falling victim to an online ticket scam. Brian Johnson has the details on how you can avoid getting scammed if you are looking for tickets.
What they say is that these are like actual Chiefs people that are selling tickets, so there's, you're not getting scammed, which probably should be the first red flag.
Kirsten Yates is out $1,500 and had to cancel 3 flights to Kansas City. The Dallas area resident found tickets on a Facebook group with admins who, quote, ensure your money isn't taken. She paid by Venmo and was then blocked from the site.
Once they get your money, then they kick you out of the group and you can't really say anything bad, negative about it.
She connected with a man from St. Louis who also lost his money.
And Brian, I have to tell you, at least several times a day, we have people call our office for a variety of scams out there.
Burton Kelso runs a local tech company. He recommends buying from official, verified sources, but says if you are trying to find deals, know that scammers target people of all ages, and they usually want Venmo or other digital cash payments.
When it comes to social media, it's like you really can't trust what you see on social media.
He recommends you meet in a safe public place in person to buy electronic secondhand tickets. You want to meet the seller.
My kids are not very happy. I have a 13 and 16-year-old that were very excited for this game.
The Yates family will watch the game from home, and they hope no one else becomes a victim.
These are not safe sites to go to, and they will absolutely steal your money.
As of earlier today, Ticketmaster still had tickets to tomorrow's AFC Championship game at Arrowhead for sale. Kickoff is set for 5:30 p.m. and we will have a recap of the game tomorrow night on KQ2 News at 10. And still ahead on KQ2 News at 10, State Representative Jeff Farnan has been tapped to the chair of the Committee on Conservation and Natural Resources in Missouri, what he hopes to get done in this legislative session. And two more of President Trump's cabinet members confirmed as Kristi Noem and Peter Hegseth take up key positions.
And it's going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow, but then we're looking at a nice warm-up along with a late week chance for some much-needed rain. We got a lot to talk about, and we'll do that in just a few minutes. Right now, take a look at the almanac. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. With the new General Assembly off the ground and running in Missouri, Missouri House Speaker John Patterson has named chairs of several committees. State Representative Jeff Farnan will chair the Committee on Conservation and Natural Resources. Farnan representing District 1, which covers Atchison, Gentry, Holt, and Nottoway counties. Elected in 2022, Farnan says conservation is the management and protection of our natural resources, not only for right now, but for future generations.
Yeah, I think we're doing a really good job right now with our conservation and natural resources. There's always bills that come through, with new technology, new things happen. So we have to address those. Say, for instance, like hunting at night, we have these new glasses now that you can see everything. How do we address that for hunters? Are we going to allow them to go out and hunt at night with these infrared glasses, that you can see half a mile away? Is that fair to the animals or fair to the hunters? We got to determine that.
Farnan hopes that this session will see good legislation passed and out of the House and into the Senate. And now in national news, the Senate voted to confirm Kristi Noem as Secretary of Homeland Security on Saturday. The final vote was 59-34. Noem has served as governor of South Dakota since 2019 and is a former 4-term congresswoman. Noem, who is a longtime Trump ally, will now be in charge of an agency that will play a central role in President Trump's promised immigration crackdown. She called border security a top priority during her confirmation hearing. And Pete Hegseth was sworn in as Secretary of Defense this morning. Hegseth was narrowly confirmed by the Senate Friday night after Vice President J.D. Vance had to cast a tie-breaking vote. 3 Republicans joined Democrats to oppose his nomination. It had marked the second time in history where the Vice President had to cast a tie-breaking vote for a cabinet position. And still ahead on KQ2 News at 10. The 36th annual Midland Empire Farm Show wrapping up tonight. What organizers had to say about this year's event. But first, here is a live look outside. Scott will have your full weather forecast when we return after the break. KQ2 News will be right back.
Now, from the KQ2 Weather Desk, your KQ2 Local Weather Authority forecast with Scott Kilgore. Sponsored by Altec.
You know, we haven't been doing too bad lately. At least I can walk outside without freezing.
Right. Today wasn't bad at all.
Right.
It's going to be a little cooler tomorrow, and then we've got a warm up that's actually going to last for a few days, and it's going to be pretty nice.
That's going to be
And
really
we're
nice.
going to enjoy that. We might even hit 50 during that warm up. Take a look at radar right now. We do have a lot of clouds around the area, and we're going to keep those clouds around as we go through the night tonight and into the day tomorrow. But by mid-afternoon or so tomorrow, we should see those clouds pretty much clear out, and then we're going to have a lot of sunshine. 31 is the temperature. The dew point's 14. It feels like it's 21 because we got that breeze out of the north at 14 miles an hour. Humidity is 50%. And in terms of how we did today, 41 for a high temperature. Normal high is 38. 21 is where we started this morning. 17 the normal low. 13 below the record back in 1940. 62 the record high back in 2018. No precipitation today. None in the forecast until later on in the week. Then we've got a chance for some much needed rain. Around northwest Missouri and northeast Kansas, basically upper 20s and low 30s. We're going to go down into the low 20s, maybe a few upper teens in the area tonight. In terms of winds around the area right now, they're coming at us out of the west-northwest, and not terrible, but there is a breeze out there, 11 miles an hour here in St. Joseph. Widen this out to the 4 states, few teens up to the north of us. Norfolk at 19, 19 in Omaha, 18 in North Platte. Then we got some 20s. And then down here at Cape Girardeau, it's all the way up to 40 degrees. So it's not bad for the 4 states in January. Temperature-wise, over the next few days, tomorrow, 32. So a little cooler than today, but then look what happens. 45 on Monday, 50 on Tuesday, 48 Wednesday, 45 on Thursday. Looks like a pretty nice week ahead with a lot of sunshine. Pretty quiet nationwide, some rain down to the south of us, but I'm going to go out west for just a little bit because we've been talking so much about extreme drought and wildfire danger out in California. Now we're talking about rain with a winter storm warning in the mountains and it may be enough to trigger a landslide or two, especially in those areas where they've had a lot of fire damage, but they need the rain out there, so we're glad for them they're finally getting it. For us, we need some rain too, and it's in the forecast for the latter part of the week. 20 degrees tonight for an overnight low, chilly. Going to be cloudy, a little breeze out of the north, 5 to 8 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, a little cooler than today, only 32. Clouds will decrease as we go through the day, just a light breeze out of the west-northwest. And then as we look beyond tomorrow, Monday, 45 for a high temperature with a lot of sunshine, 50 on Tuesday, 48 Wednesday, 45 Thursday. Then we bring some chances of rain into the forecast Friday. Friday night, maybe a rain-snow mix, and then another chance of rain on Saturday. Noel?
All right, thank you, Scott. The Midland Empire Ag and Rural Lifestyle Show returned to the St. Joseph Civic Arena for their 36th year. Filled with vendors, tractors, and all sorts of farm equipment, the show brought in crowds from all over the Midwest to browse through different farming necessities. Organizers described the event as a fun time where people can meet and chat with each other while bonding over one of the biggest career choices in the Midwest, farming.
I think people are ready to get out of the house. You know, we've been sort of frozen in here and the weather's going to be warmer, so that's nice. But I love doing this show. It's good to see, you know, these people, I don't see these vendors except once a year, you know. So and a lot of them have been with me for years. And so you develop friendships, and it's been a really nice experience.
Cornelius also added that the farm show will be returning next year. And now coming up next in sports, Missouri Western and Northwest are in action at home, and Atchison battles for a championship.
Mic check. Hello.
Now, from the United Fiber Sports Desk, KQ2 Sports with Anthony Crane.
Busy day of college hoops with Western and Northwest at home. While the men struggled on Saturday, it was a good day for the two women's programs. Griffons looking to end a two-game losing streak Saturday against Washburn. Washburn jumping ahead early in the first though, going up 7-1. Griffon's looking to Jessica Ford in the corner, drains the three for Western's first basket. Griff's passing it around, landing with Alyssa Bonilla, and she knocks down the three. Second half, Bonilla to Tolfi, back to Bonilla, she goes up for the bucket. Bonilla busy, over to Matilda Soderlund. She knocks down the three, she had 21. Maria Sepp from the corner knocks down the three, putting Western up 10 with a minute to go. Griffon's going to win 62-56.
Total defensive effort. Again, we didn't shoot it great at all. This is actually one of our lowest percentage games, but defensively is what was going to win. So to bring two people on rotation to the big girl every time she caught it, and then have the other three basically read and react, we knew we could get some steals out of it because she has not really faced a double team like that. We have not seen another team do that.
Western men taking on the nation's top-ranked team Saturday afternoon in Washburn. First half, Joe Blocker with the shot clock beating three from the corner. Other end now, Braden Shorter gets the shot up in as he's falling to the ground. Dylan Colossal using his size for the basket. He had 9. Justin Bubek drives, floats, drops, and gets the bucket. He had 10. Keani Saxon takes it from the top of the key, gets the bucket and the foul. The Washburn goes on to win big 85-52.